All right.
Awesome.
Well, did you guys have any other questions?
Yes.
Yeah, Phil.
So
All right, go for it.
So I have one question, but it's a Rebel Moon question. But before that, let me wrap the DC topic because
I got DC stuff to ask him too, so don't worry.
Okay, all right.
Don't forget about me.
So, I won't, Rox. So Ray, as I told you backstage, I have dual nationality, so I am Chilean, and my friends down in Chile were the only ones in South America who were able to screen the Snyder Cut.
I remember. I wish I could have been there for that. So amazing.
So these guys, I met them, and I got one of the tickets also, and I want to share with the rest of the world the kindness that you did for my friends. So allow me. Let me pull this up. So guys, Ray did a shout out to SnyderCut Chile when they were going to screen the Snyder Cut. So this is Ray's message towards to promote in SnyderCut Chile. And here we go.
Hola, mi amigos en Chile. Lo siento, mi español is. I'm going to talk in English. Very, very exciting event coming up that I wanted to tell you about. This is a benefit for the Haiti Summer Foundation. Very worthy cause. And you guys, coolest event is about to happen. For the first time in Latin America in cinemas on March 18th, go to the Cine Arte Alameda in Santiago, March 18th, for a showing in cinema of Zack Snyder's Justice League. I wish I could be there with you, but I hope that you gather a bunch of your friends together and go see the movie. And before you go, obviously, when you're calling up all of your friends, you have to say, Lista la Armada.
Nice. Lista la Armada.
I actually got to hear the Spanish language dubbing of Darkseid, and that guy did an amazing job.
Nice. So right here, yep, there's the crew. So I think they were able to get like how many? It was like under 200 people were able to see the movie. So I actually got the last ticket. So they gave me the and there's a number in the back. I can't show you because it's already framed, but it says 200. So nice. I was like, that's such a dope collection to have, And so yeah, I just wanted to throw that love for the guys down there. Amigos, via Chile. Chile.
Yes.
My question for you is a Rebel Moon question, because we're not just DC fans, we are Snyder fans as well. So I didn't
study for this. What? Go ahead.
So I have the
Rebel Moon do.
Heroes and Monsters, and right here we have you.
Oh, me so pretty with many, many extra pounds on me. It was an interesting time of my life. And the most fabulous mustache ever. Let me tell you what it was like going through life after I shot that until everything grew back. Good God. But yes, fond memories of that. I think I posted a photo after the movie came out of a close-up of Hickman and said felt cute, might delete later, because he's pretty. They made the most horrific teeth for me.
I remember that. Yes,
I remember that. He did.
Like vomit-inducing grill. Yes.
So if you'll allow me, I'm going to just read real quick here what it says, and then I'll ask my question. So,
okay.
Hickman, known by many for his portrayal of Darkseid in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Ray Porter plays the crooked rancher on New Woody who keeps Tarek as a slave to pay off a debt. Not realizing the disgraced Prince's connection with the Beast, Hickman has Tarek break his newly acquainted Minu as the price for his release. The miscalculation end up bitten Hickman in the everywhere. The design and layout for the ranch was entirely specific to highlight Hickman as a recent interloper in this world, along with Tarek's aspirations. For example, the exposed beams and sculpture elements of jagged wood contrast with the earthly, colorful smoothness of the naive Adobe construction. Additionally, it says production designer Steve Swan. That's mostly design. But basically, the question I want to ask you, Ray, is the following.
Yeah.
We know that because again, we've had other people who work with Zack in this platform,
Sure.
and they've shared their stories. What I would like to ask you is, what grain of sand did you contribute in bringing this character to life?
Well, and Zach didn't say no. So the first time that I read Hickman, I also the way that those teeth were it made me speak a certain way anyway. So rather than trying to talk around it, I just was like, embrace this. And so it's just this, scummy sort of, it's going to be like, kind of. And he was like, great. And I was like, okay, getting away with it. All right, cool.
Getting
Um,
away with
you know,
it.
so, put me on the big green CGI crane thing so I can fall off of it and get stabbed by a guy holding a
How many
broomstick
times?
with a point
How
on
many
it.
times?
Just,
Are you serious? Was it?
Uh-huh.
Was it really?
How many
Yes.
times? How many times did you get into the Baymu and just like and how many takes
It's
that?
what's interesting is that there was a fellow who was the stunt double for me to fall off, and hit the
Okay.
ground and everything. And I showed up. We didn't get to that the first day. I showed up the next day, and the stunt double was no longer there. Um, and
Oh.
I asked, and they were like, "Zach said you can do it." I'm like, "Yes, I can." Uh,
That's the spirit.
okay, fine, and it really was fine. But there was one time I was sitting astride the CGI green thing that later became the Bennu, and Zach walked by, and I was like, Zach, me and Tom Cruise do our own stunts. So yeah.
That's awesome. So that's it for me from my end. So I appreciate you, Ray. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you, man.
Rox, ask your questions now, and guys,
Awesome.
get your questions ready.
Get your questions ready,
when
guys.
Rox,
Yep.
get your questions ready. We're gonna keep it short, so just go ahead, put your questions. We're gonna screen them, and then we'll take it from there. So, Rox, do your thing.
Cool.
So yeah, I kind of want to bring it back to Darkseid, and I want to
Mhm.
ask a question about how you molded your version of Darkseid. Darkseid is a character who's steeped in symbolism and cosmic power, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Did you draw any inspiration from any historical or literary figures when crafting your voice and persona for this version of Darkseid?
Well, the daunting thing about doing this role, and mostly it was after the film came out, because honestly, when I was doing it, I was approaching it playing a scene as an actor without bringing the weight of this character and all of that history behind that character. It was about play the script, play the scene, and do that. It was later when people would start to ask me lore questions and canon questions, and I was like, I need to educate myself quickly, um, and because it's vast and it's huge. The main thing I will say is that with a role that has so much sort of weight on it, various different versions. I mean, my God, Michael Ironside, are you kidding? You know, Tony Todd. I got to meet Tony at a Comic Con, incidentally, and we compared Dark Sides, and that was an
Oh, that would
honor.
have been so cool to see.
It was
I'm
great.
jealous.
But
That's awesome.
so you've got all of these different portrayals of Darkseid. You have all of this history in the comic books. You have all of this, and a responsibility to that. Having done Shakespeare for such a long time, everybody would come to me having seen the definitive Midsummer Night's Dream, the definitive Hamlet, the definitive, the thing that really made it for them, and I'd better measure up kind of thing. And my approach was never to try to reach the level of their expectations, but to do the best work that I could in honor of the text. And if they came away from it going, that was great, wonderful. If they still felt that their favorite was still their favorite, terrific.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of, there's this huge weight of responsibility. You either play all of that or you play the scene and play what it is. I do, having done Shakespeare, having done a lot of classical theater, I know something about family betrayals, desire, world domination, all of that stuff. And that all fed very much into Dark Side. So,
Awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for that. And my
Oh, thank
second
you.
question would be I think many fans associate voice actors with animated work.
hmm
But you voiced a character in live action. How do
hmm
you think the art and the recognition of voice acting is evolving in mainstream cinema?
Well, they're starting to employ a lot more. I mean, obviously, with the advent of better and better generated effects,
Yeah.
they want to give voice to these characters that are visually so great, and they want them to be walking, talking, breathing things. And the best thing to do that is to get an actor to give that character a voice. So you're going to see a lot more of it. Obviously, video games is enormous for people. Yeah, I think it's expanded a lot for animation voice as well. So it's definitely it's growing, and I think that soon the are you an actor or a voice actor is going to go away, and it's just simply you're an actor and you've been in this and this and this and this. So yeah,
And you know what? If I could throw just one more quick one at you,
sure.
were there any creative conversations you had with Zach about the tone and the gravitas of the character?
A little bit, yes. I mean, the great thing about a good script is that everything you need to know is right there on the page. There was never a time when Zach needed to come up and explain something because it was there in the script that he had put together. So it was really just a matter of play the scenes. And, he would make tweaks here and there. Oh, let me see a little bit more of this or that kind of thing. As far as an overarching thing, not really. I felt his trust with that character. And I'm glad I didn't know then the sort of momentous nature of that character. I would have been completely intimidated. Like, don't
Mm,
let me do this. You be in charge. But Zach really, he trusts his actors, and then you're braver as an actor, and you make more choices because you don't know that you can't. So it's a good
awesome.
thing.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Thank you so much for your time, Ray.
Oh
I
man, my
appreciate
pleasure.
that.
My
So
pleasure.
guys, is there anything you guys want to add?
No, thank you so much again for coming on. It's really an
I've got
honor and a pleasure to get to finally
Oh,
meet you and just meet the
that's
guy
an
behind that
meet the
magnificent
voice.
villain, man. He's awesome.
well, it's an
Thank you.
absolute privilege, guys, especially to be here on your anniversary.
Yes.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Phenomenal.